30, 40 years ago they've been trying to do this project. I think a lot of it had to do with the National Grid cleanup, getting through all of that before this site was ready to be moved forward. They've done wonders over on that side, cleaning it up, so that kind of opened the door. That's probably been close to 8 or 10 years ago for us to start this project. The thing people are missing is there's a lot of startup work that has to be done before you can really do all the developing around here. Well, the first thing we had to do was hire a group of consultants to do all the design work, funding work, and the financing work and all that stuff. So we met with, I think, 4 or 5 groups of people, and we ended up hiring the Albany group, which included O'Brien and Gear and Alon and Page Group, to start the design process. Initially, we made a mistake of trying to market the DSA-1 site for housing and that, as opposed to cleaning up the area around the harbor, marketing that site first, and the other will take care of itself. We sent out to developers to see if there was an interest in developing the foot of the harbor. We got 2, but one really serious one that came back to us, and we've been working with them specifically on designing that end of the harbor. It kind of fits in. The Canal Corp won't be leaving till early fall of 2021, so you really can't do much in there until then. But we're in the design phases and the idea phases for that, and that looks pretty good to be coming to fruition. Sometime in 2022, you'll start seeing construction. We're negotiating with a developer for the DSA-1 site. He's got some great ideas for back there that fit into our plan, and that'll be about the same time frame. Once the design work was done, then we had to figure out how to pay for fixing the walls. So we got a grant through ESD. If you see the walls, they're beautiful. If you saw them before, they were redlined by the state, intimate failure. Now they're perfect. Then we put in the road that you just see, that just went in. So now the infrastructure is in place to do the rest of the projects.
I can remember as a young lad, a young boy, traveling over that with my parents and looking at all of the different huge tanks that were in there, the oil tanks. And it really wasn't a site that I would say anyone ever would say, well, that's going to be a destination. That looked like an industrial area. What it looked like it was going to be old and forgotten and become an albatross. And fast forward to where we are, we have a great relationship with the state. We have a great relationship with National Grid. And the facts are we have over a $5 million grant that was applied to our bulkheads. Now, people may not know what the bulkheads are, but that's the foundation along the walls that actually keeps the water from spilling all over. And what that does mean is that is a catalyst for economic development. Any developer that's going to be looking, investing into multi-million dollars into it, wants to know that there is commitment by the city, a commitment by the state, commitment by New York Power Authority, and by the Canal Corp. They have that now. None of this could happen without the insight and the commitment to this region. That goes to the governor. He's been an advocate for the harbor. He's been an advocate for the city of Utica. And as we look at departments, the Department of State was instrumental. We want to thank them for the Wells Ave entrance. We go into that and the road that goes back there. This mayor wants to thank you because without you, we wouldn't be having the conversation at this point. We wouldn't have the ability to be able to go to the developer and say, see, look what we've had, look at the commitment we have from the Department of State, from the governor's office and everybody. So thank you very much. We are going to be marketing as a developer that roughly 16 acres of land. It will be the destination of people wanting to come here because the quality of life is here, the cost of living is here. We have the best people in the world living here. We've proven that over the years. We're a welcoming community. You got to give people a reason why to come here. As I've said, we will be the best little city in America. That's not because we're saying it. That's because the people have proven it.
The other part of the harbor, this project, is the soccer fields and the sports fields that are on the other side of the harbor from where we are right now. National Grid is looking at giving us that land cleaned, totally cleaned, in 2 years. As this harbor is developing on the commercial side, the residential side, all that, we will then be starting the design work to finish up that side of the harbor. If you've been down here, you know that the grant that Senator Schumer got us to do the entrance into the harbor from underneath the bridge is well underway and almost complete. This will give you the walkability between Bag Square, the Nexus Center, everything that's going on downtown, and the harbor. It's all going to tie together. Actually, when we're done with the fields, we're planning on putting a bridge from the fields to the Nexus Center so that as they run soccer tournaments, they can run indoor, outdoor, same with lacrosse tournaments, things like that. So, I mean, it's all kind of fits together perfectly when you're done. It was a vision that the mayor's had, and he's pushed hard for it, and here we are. As you look at all the stuff that's been done around here and all the work that, not me, I mean, I got a great board of directors that works with me. We have a great development team with Paul Romano and Lisa Nagel. Everybody's put a lot of work in here, and it's starting to bear fruit, and people are coming back to Utica. Utica looks great. Future looks bright.